Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Micah Parsons predicts rowdy clash with Bills star. Coming into Week 15 of the 2023 NFL regular season, the Dallas Cowboys have won 5 straight games and are coming off arguably the best win of the year against the division rival Philadelphia Eagles. Even though Dallas has won 5 straight and is well on their way to clinching a playoff spot in the NFC, the Cowboys still have a relatively tough schedule to finish out the regular season. The first of the final 4 games of the regular season will be against the Buffalo Bills, with superstar linebacker Micah Parsons knowing he and the team's defense will have their hands full with superstar quarterback Josh Allen. Ahead of the matchup between the Cowboys and Bills in Buffalo at Highmark Stadium, Parsons talked about what he anticipates going up against Allen in Week 15, as he expects the Bills' superstar to come with plenty of physicality, according to John Machota of The Athletic. Even though the Bills haven't lived up to expectations up to this point in the 2023 season, Buffalo will be riding the momentum from getting the best of Patrick Mahomes and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs last week. The Bills are slightly favored to come out on top in this matchup at home in Buffalo, with Allen and company needing this one a lot more than Dallas does in order to keep their season and playoff hopes alive. It'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys plan to contain Allen and company in Week 15 and whether Dallas comes out on top on the road to win their 6th straight game. Micah Aaron Parsons, born May 26, 1999, is an American football linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League, NFL. Parsons played college football at Penn State, where he was named a consensus All-American, the Butkus Fitzgerald Linebacker of the Year, and the Cotton Bowl Defensive MVP as a sophomore in 2019, before being selected by the Cowboys in the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Parsons was named the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year following the 2021 season. Parsons was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on May 26, 1999. He attended Central Dauphin High School for his freshman and sophomore years, before transferring to Harrisburg High School where he started at both defensive end and running back. As a freshman, he tallied 121 tackles for loss and 18.5 sacks. As a junior, he collected 69 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 13.5 sacks. As a senior, Parsons posted 1,239 rushing yards, 27 rushing touchdowns, tied for 9th in the state, 99 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. He racked up 55 tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss, 10 plus a half sacks and 1 interception. Dak Prescott has great response to question about MVP race. Dak Prescott has played some of the best football of his career over the last 2 months, and that may ultimately lead to the Dallas Cowboys quarterback winning his first NFL MVP award. He insists he is not focused on an individual accolade, however. Prescott was asked on Thursday about entering Week 15 as the gambling favorite to be named MVP. He said he views that as an indication that the Cowboys have been doing the right thing as a team. That this team, we're doing the right thing. We're winning games, first and foremost, Prescott said. What I play for is at the end of the year, we're one of the last teams and being the last team standing. Obviously, if my name is in those talks, then we're putting ourselves in the right spot. CeeDee Lamb then walked by as Prescott was being interviewed, and Prescott pointed to the star receiver and said the goal should be to get that guy the ball and just win games. Prescott has 23 touchdown passes compared to just 2 interceptions over the Cowboys' past 7 games. Dallas is 7-1 during that stretch. Though he is playing at an elite level, Prescott understands that none of that will matter unless the Cowboys make a deep playoff run. The more games the team wins, the higher expectations will soar. For all the praise Prescott has received, one former Pro Bowl quarterback recently gave Dak some great bulletin board material. Seahawks could replace Pete Carroll with Cowboys coach, says insider. The Seattle Seahawks rumors are heating up with growing speculation about head coach Pete Carroll's future. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer reports he is less sure about Carroll's future than in previous years. If Carroll opts to retire, Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is being floated around as a potential successor, per Breer. Obviously, Seattle has another month to turn the season around. Yet, the NFL insider ponders whether Carroll will consider retirement this offseason given the team's recent losing skid. I'd say I'm less sure of it than I have been in recent years, Breer wrote on December 14, 2023. Going into this year, it sure looked like the Seahawks were creeping closer toward having the kind of core group of players they did in Carroll's early years, with a very solid 2022 draft class coming back and the 23 class bursting with promise. Because, while coming into this year I thought that infusion of young talent might keep Carroll around for a while, if the coach doesn't think he's that close, it could alter his decision on returning for next season, during which he'll turn 73, Breer added. And the idea that Seattle would try to get Cowboys DC Dan Quinn, who was Seattle's DC for its 2 Super Bowl trips a decade ago, if Carroll were to retire has been floated around a little. Which, the Seahawks could do a lot worse than that, if this were to be it. Quinn has been reluctant to leave Dallas in recent off-seasons, even for another head coaching role. The Seahawks' job could be appealing given Quinn has familiarity with the franchise. Quinn was the Seattle defensive coordinator during their back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, including the team's title run in the 2013 season. The veteran coach would also have the advantage of having an established general manager in John Schneider. Seattle has had a strong track record of success with the roster Schneider has helped construct. Given Carroll's mantra is always compete, it is difficult to imagine losing would be the factor that forces the head coach away from football. If anything, Carroll will likely be more motivated to return to prove his coaching philosophy still works. The pressure could heat up on Carroll if the Seahawks' losing ways continue to end the season. Yet, Seahawks chairman Jody Allen has backed Carroll at every opportunity, even over Russell Wilson. Carroll walking away from the Seahawks after their recent struggles only seems viable if pushed to do so by ownership. More losing would only intensify the Seahawks' rumors about Carroll's future with the franchise. What is realistic is Quinn will once again be a popular candidate during the NFL head coaching carousel. CBS Sports insider Jonathan Jones notes that teams' best candidates could be defensive-minded coaches like Quinn. Teams that may be pegged to go offense after Black Monday may very well find their best options are on the defensive side, Jones detailed in a December 9 article titled, Why the Upcoming NFL Hiring Cycle Could Mark the Return of the Defensive-Minded Head Coach. There are several strong candidates serving as defensive coordinators today. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn and 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilks both have their units playing some of the best ball in the league, and both men have been head coaches before. Quinn nearly won a Super Bowl with the Falcons, and the passage of time has helped bolster Wilks' tenures in Arizona and in Carolina last year as the interim head coach. And you fan, what do you think of the Dan Quinn situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.